y'all. Welcome to another episode of the Heard You Sis podcast. It is your girl, Danny,
I'm Kills.
and we are here with another episode. It is the weekend before Halloween, and we giving spooky vibes. Um,
Mwahaha.
yes.
So you supposed to laugh all October.
Mwahahahahaha. And you're supposed to be wearing these like ghoulish, darkish colors or whatever. First of all, me and my girl are kind of twinning with the blazers. We didn't even plan this, but yes, we look cute.
We got a new blonde in the house. Y'all
Yes.
watching on YouTube, you can see what's going on here.
If you follow me on Instagram, you will have already saw it. But yes, your girl is a platinum blondie now. It won't last for long, but it's here for now. You know, I'm lying. It may stay. It may
You never
stay.
know. My mother thought she was gonna do it for a little bit. Next, it's been years.
Yeah. But if it does stay blonde like this, it's gonna be short, short. It's never gonna be as long as it used to be.
Mhm.
But how was your week, girl?
My week was good. Actually, I went apple picking.
Did
I went apple and pumpkin picking. So basically,
I'm just finding this out. I could have told this bitch to bring me back some apples and a pumpkin or something.
oh, I didn't know. I didn't know.
This bitch,
What you would've-
I've been dying to go apple picking. I can't believe you went apple picking and you didn't even.
You
My
didn't
heart
voice
is
that.
broken.
You didn't voice that. That's something.
But you didn't
wanted
even
to
tell
do.
me you was going apple picking. It's okay. You know
Oh.
what? You don't have to report to me. I'm sorry.
No. It's not a report thing. I don't know. I just didn't really mention it, but my mother had. It was like a family thing, like where it
Mm.
was me, my mother, my father, my sister, my grandmother, and my little cousin.
Mm-hmm.
When your cousin has a baby,
Mm-hmm.
that's your great cousin or something. What's
Second cousin.
my second cousin? Yeah.
So if it's your first cousin, your
He's like
second cousin.
6.
If
He's
it's your
before
first
this.
cousin, like first cousin is like your mother and your aunt are sisters, that's your first cousin. If that cousin
Has
who
a kid.
has a kid, that's your second cousin. If that cousin has a kid, that's your third cousin. So it's just like each generation just goes down. That's why, yeah.
I just feel like these kids be grown, like they be talking like adults, like, and I'm not saying they supposed
Yo.
to. He's not rude or anything, like he's a great kid, love him to death. He's like such a cutie patootie,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, you gonna see him on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
They are crazy. Like, all right, so like my dad has like 2 seats in his truck or whatever the case may be. So me and baby was in the back,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, so I got out or whatever the case may be. He wanted to get out, so he was trying to get out before me, and I don't think I needed to get out the car. He was like, "Can I get some help here?" And I was like, "What?"
I mean, you know, it's so
I was like, "What the fuck?" But I thought that was like what he was saying, little sayings, and I was like, "Where you learned this from?" But
Mhm.
anyway, we paid like a set price. When I tell you, it has so much stuff to do there. We was just tired of it. They had a dog show, so they was like doing dog tricks or whatever the case.
damn,
may
I know
be.
you like that.
I was like, "Oh, get it." They was. I ain't gonna lie. One of them
Kilz
was
is a
more
anim-
focused on shitting than doing the tricks. They had to bring his ass back inside.
First of all,
They-
Kills is definitely a dog person. I am too, but I'm just saying like she loves animals. That's
But
why
it
I said
wasn't given like cruelty or anything like that. I heard them
Gotcha.
barking in the back, but it wasn't given like, yes, they beating them
Oh,
like they
you
in a
definitely would have
carnival.
said that if
Yeah.
you would have never said you liked it if that was to happen.
Then they had a pig race. They had a hay ride. They had pumpkin picking, and we did all of that to find out there were no motherfucking apples there. No apples. They had rides. They had food.
I was just gonna ask, can I have some apples? And you don't got.
And it's crazy because my parents had an apple pie off. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, my dad's a baker, but somehow my mom won. But
Because your mom got the flavor. Please, can we not act like this?
yeah. So then, boom, we had to go over to the apple picking part or whatever the case may be. They said no dogs. And you know white people love them dogs, yeah.
The
Love the
dogs.
dogs. They love the dogs.
Let me pet that dog.
They only put these signs up for white people. I'm convinced. Because
Let me pet
white
that
people are the
dog.
only people that want to bring their dogs everywhere like a child. So I'm going in there. I see a pit bull. I see a little like a little poodle. I'm like, so I went up to the lady. I got in my white bag. I said, "Miss, hi, hello. I see that there are multiple huge signs. Even when I called to confirm that you guys were open, there was a message about not bringing dogs. And I wanted to know if those rules had changed because I see multiple dogs running around and it seems a bit unsanitary to me. What do you think about
A
that?
Karen.
Yeah, I got
That's
on
your
my Karen
name.
bag.
Your new
Don't,
name is
that's not my name. That's not my
no,
name.
it was a play on your name, like
Okay.
Akela,
No, no,
like a
no.
Karen.
No, no,
Like,
no. I
oh,
am
okay, I
nobody's
guess
Karen, but I jumped in that complaint bag that they love so much.
that was a
A mind your
Karen.
business bag. They jumped in a mind your business bag. And I was like, she's like, yeah, well, we only say that because we don't want them barking. I said, so this has nothing to do with them possibly peeing on trees. None of that. None of that. None of that is a thing. She's like, no, it's just about more so like them barking. I said, okay, well, next time I know that I can bring my dog, I will definitely be bringing my dog.
And I bet you
Thank
better never say nothing to me. Nothing.
Yeah.
Don't ask me about no dogs.
Yeah, so
Don't
other
ask
than that,
me.
it was cool. We tried to do like something else, but yeah, it was a cute family outing. They have the best apple cider donuts that I have ever had in my life, and then they do this apple cider float thing. Never seen that before. It's like a slushy apple cider with whipped
I've
cream
had
on
it when I
top.
was living in Maryland.
Yeah, and then they
It's
put the little
really
donut with it. It's so
delicious.
cute. Mm.
First of all, you have any more donuts?
No, that was last week, and they're gone. Like when I tell you it was Battle of the Donuts, girl, it was that. We bought like mad
I
dozens.
just want to express my grievances. She
Okay,
went
go
to
ahead.
get she went apple picking. I didn't find out. She got apple cider donuts. Didn't bring me one.
Mm, okay.
So
I mean, you were supposed to be going out with Nisi and Godchild. I ain't hear nothing about what y'all was doing. I found out today only because you said you was canceling. So sometimes we do things. We don't think of others. You know what I'm saying?
you
So
know,
just sometimes. But because I know that you truly like apple picking and that you would like to go the next time, I will include you.
this is a fake grievance.
But
But
low key, we ain't have no space.
no, I get it. I
If my
get it.
grandmother ain't go, I would have told you. We low
No,
key had
no,
no
I
space.
definitely get it. This is a fake grievance. I'm just
No,
sad
no,
that
no.
I
I know
didn't get
you
no
ain't mad.
goddamn donut. Like, damn, I didn't even get the donut. Like, I'm sad about the donut.
Okay,
I'm
the
not necessarily
donut.
and maybe not. Let me not lie. I'm sad about the donut and not getting any apples.
Okay,
That's it. I'm
I
not
know.
really mad that I didn't get to experience it because sometimes you can't be a part of everything. I'm damn sure a part of a lot of things in your life, but damn, I can't be up your ass now.
I didn't want,
Um,
honestly, I didn't even want apples. When they was like, oh, we're going to get back, I don't want no apples. I ain't come here for that. I came here to enjoy this time and pick some
it's a
apples
little
and make
late
sure
though.
that my.
It's a little late for
Yo,
apple
when I tell
picking.
you, there was barely any apples on the tree.
It's definitely
Barely.
very late for apple picking.
Yeah, it was barely.
I was trying to go earlier this season, but I wasn't able to because I don't have no car and don't have no man, and I ain't have nobody else to go with. So, sometimes that's what happens when you're single. You don't got no car, you ain't got no man, you can't do
But what if
shit.
you had a man that didn't have a car? What were you going to do? Y'all was
We could have rented a car as long as he got that license, baby.
okay.
Listen, there's always a workaround, but
Mhm.
it be like that.
I also another thing, somebody really tried to like have a road rage. I know I haven't had like a road rage accident with me or whatever the other day. Like, so I'm like driving very casual. I'm like going like, normal speed. I have nowhere to go. There's no rush. I already did too much a few days prior. I just didn't have time to
Hmm.
be doing too much. Anyway, so I put my signal light on and I went and I guess somebody else wanted to like I don't know what happened, but basically, like they was honking the hell out of me. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I kept it pushing. I see them out of my rear view, like racing to get next to me. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, y'all got what's going on here? Like, so they pull up next to me and they yelling, pull the window down, pull it down, pull over, bitch. I'm like,
Oh,
I was like, so I rolled it down just a little bit because I'm not trying to get spit on.
woo.
People like to throw items or spit on you when you got the windows down and it's tension. So I was like, I'm not pulling over. Mind you, we're driving next to each other. I have to pay attention to the road and whatever. I should have just ignored the fuck out of them. But they really was trying to follow me at this point. Like, so I was just
Mhm.
like, girl, look at you and look at me. Why
Woo.
would I ever pull over? Like, y'all have a good day. Like, type shit.
She was a big joint.
No, but she wasn't cute though. And it was her and her man in the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm past that part of my life. I don't have time for shit like that. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a fake maneuver. I act like I was going straight while it was too far to even make that turn. And they was like, yeah, you're a pussy. I could be that. I could be
Listen,
that.
Listen,
I could be that. And then
unless
they
you
had mad dents in their car. Y'all used to shit like this, and I'm cool. I'm cool. I don't need that.
and you know what's even crazier? Like it just for me, it just like you talking about being buns. Let's say that.
Yeah.
People be wanting to make it seem like because you don't want to argue back with them, because you don't want to fight, that you're pussy. Girl, I don't have nothing to say.
And I got shit to lose, bitch. I'm not trying to.
What's wrong with you? Like I have nothing to say. And honestly, I'm not meeting you where you act. So guess what? Cry yourself to sleep.
And I've been in the wrong, but this time I just really wasn't in the wrong. It just like you really
Like people
wanna
be
stab
wanting to
me.
fight for no reason. What are we fighting about? What? Because if I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be real. If I know you got something to lose, guess what? You're gonna lose it before I do.
Mhm.
So if you ever think that you're gonna put your hands on me, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real. Some people don't tell the truth. I'm gonna tell the truth. If you ever decide that you want to fight me and you put your hands on me, I'm going to beat your ass and I'm going to call the police. Come
You
and
have to call
collect
the
you.
cops. You can't fight them. That's the whole point of
No, no, no.
fighting.
It's self defense if they put their hands on me first. I can still call the police.
Okay.
I can. You know why? Because you put your hands on me.
No.
And just because you put your hands on me and I call it self defense don't mean that I cannot beat your ass. One. That means I can beat your ass and call the police because you put your hands on me. So before you decide that you want to fight little old Daniela, do you like jail? Because you're going and I'm not going to hold you. You're going to go.
Yeah, those days I think are just really
Done.
they're over.
Come
I don't have time for that.
on.
Like and just don't insinuate fighting because we don't need to do that. We can just use our words. Because
Come on.
honestly,
And if you don't want to use
the
your words, don't
old
use them.
me deep inside wants to be like, bitch, who the fuck you talking to? Because
Come
I'll
on.
rag your shit. But I don't got time for that. So when she said that, I was just like, oh, girl, I'm not pulling over. You got me fucked up. Like,
and
keep it cute.
Keep it cute. Keep it cute because guess what? We don't need to fight. What do we need to fight about? If we don't like each other, just leave each other alone. There's no need for that. But
Anyway,
how was
your
my week? I knew you were gonna say how was my week, so I said, how's my week? My week was actually good. It started out a little weird, but for the most part, like where I'm at is like I'm not really entertaining it. Like if I feel like it's not my vibe, I'm heading to the left, to the left, to the left. I'm out of here. Like, I'm not doing it because at the end of the day, like when I go back and forth or when I do things with people, when I feel like people are taking me out of myself, and I'm just not, this is not for one specific situation. It could be about work. This could be like going to commute to work, all that extra stuff. Like, I just feel like it's not worth it. Like, the energy that you expel, the energy you expel.
exude.
That could be two, both of them. They both like synonymous, but um, any when you do that, it just comes back to you, and I don't have time for that. I only want good vibes only. Okay, so if you got bad vibes, don't come over here
Please.
because you're gonna be mad because I'm not entertaining it. Bye. Anyway,
But your weekend ended well.
oh, my week ended fabulously. You know, we got this hairstyle, which is beautiful and all. Beautiful. Yeah.
Would you dye your hair yourself?
No.
You scared?
First of all, my hair, I would like to keep it on my head. And some people don't care if they keep it on their head or not. But I would like to not have to figure out if I'm going to have a bald patch or not. So if I have to go and get it done and spend the funds for it, cool. Is it like my favorite thing to do? Is it my favorite thing to do to get my hair done? No, but if I can make sure that I keep my hair healthy or my nails healthy or my lashes healthy or these things healthy without um violating myself, I will. I'll pay for it. Um but it's a learning lesson. Like I said, like once you go do something and you feel like you're not with it, don't do it again.
Yeah, I feel that.
So, but we could jump right into the episode from here. First of all, since I'm drinking this bubble tea, Kills was telling me that they have been
Saying that it's bobo tea. It's bobo, right?
it's
Boba.
boba tapioca, like same thing.
Yeah, boba tea. The guy, I forgot his name, but he is in um the Marvel movie Shang-Chi. I
Mhm.
believe it is. Great movie, by the way. I
I
love
feel
it.
like I know what you're talking about. Like, is that the one with the like the little circles?
Yeah,
Yes.
it was him. It was him.
Yeah. Yes.
And he was like, "Oh, I don't like the fact that there are people gentrifying boba tea."
Mhm.
And I feel like, kind of like it's like a slap in the face to the culture to be naming it other things and making it seem like you got like basically
Let's.
saying that it didn't like it originated with our culture, and so it's just strange to see other people doing it. And I think to myself, you know, um, welcome to the motherfucking club. How about that? Welcome to the minority club where our culture, our words, our actions are all copied without any type of recognition.
Mhm.
We get things stolen from us every day. So, I mean, let's not
Are we
forget
talking about the Asian culture?
just in general. I think in general,
No, I'm talking about when it comes to boba tea, and we're talking about.
oh, that's like, yeah, he's talking about with Asian culture. Like,
So let's get into it real quick. Why are Asian people, especially Japanese people, coming to Jamaica, learning how to Dutchy wine, taking it back to China, going back to Japan and having Japanese carnival?
or renaming fried chicken as Korean fried chicken.
Ooh,
Uh-huh.
that's another one.
Yeah.
Um,
The
first
list
of
goes
all,
on.
first
How
of
about
all,
that?
I'm not gonna lie, I love boba tea. But let's get for real. Somebody told me years ago that boba tea, when it came to America, has not been the same because they're not using the tea bags. They're not draining the tea. They're not doing that. What they're doing is using powdered milk and powdered places and powder. They're not doing the original recipe. So I'm not saying that it's not being gentrified. I'm just saying that y'all haven't even been really using the original recipe to begin with.
No, I feel like yes, they are being gentrified. But I don't
It
I
was
don't
being
care.
what I'm saying is it was
I'm gonna be
being
honest.
gentrified through their culture anyway. Like
Okay, I see what you're saying.
before we decided that we wanted to like be people who wanted to do like
But I also feel like if it's your culture, you can do what you want with it. That's like
that's
me
true.
saying
That's true.
nigga, and I'd be like, "Yo, what up, my nig?" Or yo, you know what I'm saying? Like I can
You know what?
abbreviate. I
We can
can,
agree on that. We
you know
can
what I'm
agree with
saying?
that. We can agree with that.
I could judge it up how I want to do it
Mhm.
because it's my culture. My thing is that you find there to be a grievance, and I just feel like it happens to all of us.
And it does happen. And I have no problem with Korean fried chicken. Korean fried chicken is
It
absolutely
is good.
it's
I'm not gonna say
delicious.
it's not, but
But I never
why
said
is
they
it
couldn't
called
make
Korean fried
fried
chicken?
chicken.
Why couldn't just be fried chicken made a different way? But that's the whole point. People steal stuff from black people all day long, every day.
Style.
Just like in the Olympics, like we started breakdancing. I mean, people was getting
Oh my
arrested for
God.
breakdancing in the street. And you go to the Olympics and you don't even see no black people breakdancing. It's just other
Yo, you see,
races. And
this,
y'all look a fucking mess. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Y'all look the mess. So that's all I'm saying is that welcome to the party is what I'm saying. I really
I
don't
just
have
have
any
I
sympathy
have
for it. And that's just it.
I have a small like insert to make, and that's gonna be in a bit. So today I was walking from Penn Station to Herald Square. That is 1 block radius. One. And in that 1 block radius, I've seen many Asian Trump supporters and I've seen many black Trump supporters. And I thought to myself, like, damn, y'all are lost.
There was a study and it's making sense now
Hmm.
that a majority of the American population can't read past a fourth to sixth grade level.
What about listening though?
And it makes sense. Y'all, a lot of y'all are just stupid. That's what it's given. It's just given that.
But I didn't think that listening was. But you know what? Listening goes into competence, and I just thought like when he called it like the China virus, or when he called it like
And
the,
y'all was getting attacked in the street and
and
stuff
then y'all
like
were
that.
mad, and then y'all got restitution for it and stuff like that. Like y'all were going vote for him, and then when Trump made sneakers just for the black people, just for us, and black jobs and we're going to take African American history out of the books and we're going to close down the Department of Education. Like, I would think all the times that we had to fight to get the freedoms that we got, that you would use your brain.
No, I'm gonna be honest. And this may be controversial, but I don't feel like a lot of I feel like black people and Latinos are the real minorities. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm not
We're the
saying
true
no,
minority,
I do
and I
agree
don't know
with
if
you on that, but
it's minority in regards to
minority.
treatment, not numbers, but in treatment, I feel like we are the true minority.
No, no, it's not about the thing is that like the only reason why they are even higher than us in the totem pole is because of the caste system. Let's be real. Like racism is built on the caste system. And if you're not aware about the caste system originates from Indian culture. And there in that culture, it's about the people who have the darkest skin. And when they have the darkest skin, everybody that comes above the person with the darkest skin is a better caste. So when you come into America and you are Jewish, and even when you were in like whatever country you were, they seen you as the lowest. When you come to America, you are better than the black person. So what happens is when you come here, you are better. And Jewish is just like a reference right now. Um when you are better than the lowest class person, you think you are better than them. And it's not the case. So before you come here and you think you're not a minority, when you are not the majority, you are a minority. Remember that. And that's the end of that. So, when you think that you're coming here and you're voting for Trump to be the president of the United States, when he becomes the president, he's still going to look down on you. Remember that. Don't forget. Don't forget. Because when it happens, I don't want you to be like, why aren't black people helping me? No, no, no. You voted. Stay over there. Thanks.
But anyway, let's just jump
We're
into it.
moving on.
This is a Halloween episode, so we want to talk about some spooky things.
Yes. So, as New Yorkers, Halloween is a little bit different for us because especially growing up in the early 2000s, meaning like 2001 to 2010, the experience that you had as a Halloween goer was a little bit different, especially in high school, in junior high school. And we wanted to talk about like that, but also like little different Halloween traditions that we have experienced. And I'm gonna start like for example, like when you were in New York and you wanted to go trick or treating on Halloween, you could go to the corner store and get candy. And sometimes you think you're gonna get some good ass candy, and then sometimes you get them little strawberry candies that's wrapped up with the green top, the ones that was in grandma's bag.
I hate them candies
The
so bad.
but don't get me wrong, even those 99-cent candies, my favorite one was the those butterscotch candies. I don't know
Those are
why
good.
I love
Those
butterscotch
are good.
candies. And people would be like, "Yo, I hate butterscotch candies." And people hate candy corn.
I like candy corn.
I like
I
candy
do.
corn.
I don't know what it is. I wish I didn't because it's like, but that should be good. I'm never gonna go buy it, but if it's
Somebody
somewhere,
got
I'm
it.
gonna
I'm gonna
eat
eat
it.
it.
I'm gonna eat that
I'm
shit.
gonna eat it. Now, sometimes when we would go Halloween trick, like you ever went trick or treating and like you know a house got good candy, but then like it's dark walking up, and you know it's
Yeah.
not a scary house in the daytime, but when you go in the nighttime, it's like yeah, I'm questioning because you know niggas is crazy. They could jump out and shit.
The least you could do, I'm gonna be honest, if you are going to give out candy on Halloween, the least you could do is throw up a motherfucking lantern. Cause I
Thank
done
you.
been to houses that have good candy, but it don't look like they celebrating. And I just took
X.
a chance and rang the doorbell. Cause my
Mm-hmm.
mother used to be standing at the end of the driveway, and then I'll be at the she's like,
Right.
"Come on, just ring the bell." I just okay.
And you see now, like if you see that, you don't even go to the door. Like from what I've seen, like trick or treating is a lot different. I remember when we was in junior high school, I'm like, yo, check your bag because there might be a razor in there. Like what?
Why? You know what I'm saying? This is how we know that people are evil. On why do you want a kid to eat a razor? Why?
But you know what? It was, but it's different now because when we were there, like I say, I was talking about this yesterday, like accessibility was different. Like knowing where to go, what not to do was different back then. Before, like it wasn't like widespread, like this house is not doing it. This house, like there's no social media. So it's like you go to these houses taking chances and the news telling you shit and you just eating that shit up
Yeah,
like
that's true.
there was razors in this person candy. That shit was in fucking Hicksville, Long Island. Like,
Yeah. But my parents always made me do a candy check. I
always.
used to have I used to have two pumpkins.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have two pumpkins because it used to get I don't know. By
Yo,
my crib, I can't lie. Growing up, it
mine
just was
too.
like, what? It was fire. I
Yo,
can't lie.
OD.
Like, they had mad candy to the point where I remember one year, it was just like, look, you don't got no more space. So we start coming out with two buckets. So once it started getting full, pass it back to my mom. Boom, we got another one. Like,
And here was another thing. Like, you ever went to the houses and they got the good candy and the snacks? Like, yo, I used to love going to the houses.
exactly.
They used to have like the little candy bags
Oh,
where it
that's
used to
cute.
come with the chips in it, and it used to be like candy and
I
maybe a little
never got
toys.
chips.
You see, that's some queen shit. Nothing against the borough, but I'm just saying, like, I know my aunts and shit. They used to have the fire candy bags. Like, when I tell you, it used to be like a good chip too. And I know, like, it like be like a Dorito, and then you got some Snickers
So
in
you're saying they
there.
got a variety pack from God.
Yo,
Okay.
yo, like, and then my aunt, she used to have a tub, like, Tupperware
Mm-hmm.
full of candy, and it used to be like little candy bags. And then we
That
used to,
sounds cute.
it was so cute to the point that we used to go to our aunt's house first. Like, we used to go like, oh, I'm gonna go to this person our house. If I'm going to this our house, I'm going. Where they all had candy bags ready waiting for you, and then you would go trick or treating. Or if you didn't go to their house on Halloween, that shit was waiting for you when you went that Saturday. Like,
This is not a part of this. As someone who lived in Queens, how was y'all getting around?
our parents used to like
Were
we
y'all
grew.
getting dropped off or taking the bus that's 20 blocks away from your
First
house?
of all, I mean, we live next to other people with houses, so we just walk to those houses.
But all your aunts and uncles, do they live in your vicinity?
But I'm
that
saying,
you
like,
go
of course, when it comes to that aspect, of course, we would get driven to those houses. But when we came, there were other houses that were also serving the same shit. Like, when you go to my aunt block, they all got the good candy,
Mm,
all of them,
okay.
because you know what, they interact with each other. What you got for
So y'all got rides. That's basically what it is.
to the aunt's houses? Yes.
Okay.
To the aunt's houses.
No, I know. First of all, trick or treating is a walking sport.
Yes.
That's one. Nobody's driving from house to house, neighborhood to neighborhood.
So now that you asked me that, like, being in Brooklyn, and I'm not being funny. Like, I know y'all have like apartment buildings. Did y'all go to like each other's apartments to get candy?
I live near houses.
No, but I know you also live in a building, so I'm saying,
I
like,
would never do a building walk.
oh, so I wouldn't go like to other
No.
people. Oh,
Not
wow.
me. I know there's some buildings that do it, but you really gotta, like, say you live in a 8-story building. Like, are you gonna go up and down to each person's apartment? Like,
Well,
I don't know.
is it because the thing is that, like,
I never got from I grew up in an apartment, and I never, from my neighbors, I never went and got candy from them. Never.
Oh,
I went
wow.
walked straight to. Went to a couple stores on the way to
Yeah. We go to the stores as
to
well.
the houses, but there's like maybe a few blocks away. There's literally like so many houses.
Oh, okay,
So I
okay.
would spend like an hour. I will go outside. I will take that 10-minute walk to the house's area, and then I would go crazy for about an hour, hour and a half until my mother was like, "Yeah, girl, let's pack this shit up."
But and you know what's crazy, because when we was living in Baltimore, you remember when they used to be like, yo, put a pumpkin on your apartment if you are serving candy.
Would kids come?
Yeah, so like we would live in like a 3-story apartment, and they would come to the doors that had candy. So that's why I'm asking, because for somebody who only moved into an apartment when I went to college, like, I never really had that experience, because all the area I lived in, everybody had a house.
Also, too, I'm gonna be honest.
Mhm.
Growing up in a predominantly Caribbean
Yeah.
neighborhood,
Halloween ain't a thing.
and I'm not saying it's not a
It's
thing,
not.
but there was a level, because I had a lot of friends like this. There's a level of demonic thinking that comes
Yes.
behind Halloween, and
Yes.
so
That and that in an African culture, because
yeah,
they do believe in witchcraft, obia, voodoo, etc.
yeah. So it's
And
like they're
so
not
it's
doing
like,
it.
we're not, I can be honest, like, we've adapted it as like being like more like
Like
American.
second and third generation.
Yes, and colloquial, is that we have now adapted it more. But Jamaica, Halloween is not a thing in Jamaica. It's not. It's really, really not. Like, I think now it may be a thing, because again, we are now trying to adapt American foreign culture, but in real time, like Jamaica is not a culture that enjoys like glorifying like anything that's dark.
Mhm.
So when I see it now, like, my mom, she used to have Halloween parties, and I'm not gonna hold you. We would have family Halloween parties, and that would be it. Like I have, if I can like probably like put a picture of like a family Halloween in like this video, I will. But we used to all spend a lot of time with each other. We did trick or treating, but if we were gonna have a Halloween party, my mom would throw a huge Halloween party, and we would do like the stuff at the Halloween party, but it was a sleepover. It wasn't like, oh, all your friends will come over and everybody dressed in costumes and we having a Halloween party. No, it's a family Halloween party because we know we not doing no real random shit.
Yeah,
Like,
so I feel like when I speak to people, a lot of people growing up of like Caribbean descent, it wasn't a big thing to really like go out and trick or
mm-hmm,
treat. Maybe you said trick or treat after school and got candy from the corner stores, or maybe a house or two, or maybe your teachers gave
mm-hmm,
it, but it wasn't really a full on experience.
mm-hmm,
And so I will say that that's something that I truly enjoyed. Growing up, I always look forward to Halloween and getting my buckets. Not that I would ever eat all the candy, but the experience from running from house to house, seeing people in different costumes and seeing how some people decorated their homes is like really like fire.
mm-hmm.
And um there was this one house where what they do is like the family is just outside, period. Like they be on the porch, they be talking to each other, they got thing, and like their bushes leading up to the house, they got somebody that flips out the bush.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and there was one year they didn't do it. So it's like, oh, okay, they don't do this no more. Boom. Yeah, after that, they flipping out bushes again, like, or they might do it and pop out of a pumpkin. Like they was real.
Into it.
Yeah, like there's like a few houses that's like
Yeah,
y'all did that. And
yeah.
there was this black man,
Mm-hmm.
he would give out, and his house looked like one of them houses he do not celebrate at all. He does it don't
Mm-hmm.
look like nothing. Like
Mm-hmm.
he just has the light on from his entrance, and then like that's it. And he
That
has
was
a
an
side
indicator
entrance.
too. That was an indicator too. If the light was on, yeah, they might be giving out candy.
Yeah, because some houses is black and they giving out candy. It's like, what are y'all trying to snatch me up? Like, so yeah, what he would do is give this baby manila envelope like this big. I want to say like,
Mm.
what is that? A 2x4 little envelope. And he would fill it with pennies. Not nickels and dimes, y'all, but pennies. And so
I've
that
had I've had that before. Like you have like they give you like a little bag, but it'll be like a little dollar in there. Everybody get a dollar. Like I've had that too.
a
Those were the
dollar.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
That was those are the best houses where they would put like little quarters or dollars in the bags. Like, okay, cool, I got money.
Yeah, I have never experienced that. Never got no dollars. I got some pennies and that was it. And I would throw it into the house change jar because what the fuck am I gonna do with this? Nothing.
So what was your favorite Halloween costume as a kid?
I gave up on costumes at a point.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did two years where I tried something different, but I had this one costume that I ran into the motherfucking ground.
Wait, so
Okay.
you wore the same costume more than once?
Yeah, like 3 years in a row.
Wow.
The fuck I'm gonna do? Waste my money? I thought the shit was cool. It was a scream costume
Was it the
with the
mask
mask
with
with
the
the blood.
blood?
I used to be squeezing that
Yo,
shit in
that
my
shit
arm,
was
and it
on
used to be
Twitter, and it was like, yo, y'all never know the scent
this
of
type.
this mask, like the
Hello,
one with the blood.
that
Oh
one was the
my
one, girl.
god, that was it.
I dressed very warm underneath. I threw that thin ass costume on, and I would put the mask on, and then
That shit was like one piece of nylon with some spikes at the end.
yeah, like come on, that shit was flimsy.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that was what I did. I think I did like a witch before that, and then I can't remember what else. I think I was just too young to kind
Y'all,
of
if y'all
remember.
keep seeing us go like this little gnat in here that we really trying to fucking kill, but we trying to be modest. But if you see me smack that bitch on camera, don't be mad. My favorite costume was, so my mom is a seamstress and she used to make a lot of our costumes. And one costume that I remember, I think I might have been like 3 or 4. Um, she made me a skunk costume.
That
And
sounds
I
cute.
was a little skunk, and I think she made my sister another costume, my brother another costume, and my older sister another costume. And she used to make like I if I could find the picture where we all I have it, I just gotta look for it. Where we all like have on our costumes. And I'm telling you, like I have 21 first cousins, so we're all in the
That's
picture
cute.
just about. And she had a Halloween party and I had on my little skunk costume and it went over my head, like little my little pea head, and I had like little ears and it was like a little like kind of what I look like right now.
If y'all ever see a picture of Daniela, it just looks like a shrunken version of her.
Yes.
Literally.
I've
She did
definitely
not change
I
at
had the
all.
same face. I have the same kind of smile, same everything. I am the same person. That's why you guys can never say I got plastic surgery.
I'm dead.
But do you remember when we used to like close to like junior high school when they used to be talking about blood initiation, like make sure you don't go to the Ave on Halloween because they stabbing people up for blood
Hell yeah. And sometimes they
initiation.
would
Like
let you leave like early so you could like
yes.
avoid the trains and like the mayhem on the train or the bus or whatever the
Mm-hmm.
case may be. Or like people will walk together so you could kind of be safe or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I had never experienced anything like that, and nor had I known anybody to experience it. And I'm not saying it wasn't happening because I truly believe it was. I just didn't experience it. And
Me neither.
thankfully so. But
Um,
yeah, that was a thing. It was like real fear mongering that was happening.
have you ever heard of um have you ever heard of what did they call it? I heard somebody say it was called Mischief Day. You ever heard of Mischief Day?
No.
First
It
of
sounds
all,
like a reason why Caribbean parents ain't want their kids
first of all, so
dealing with
a
that shit
while
by
back
themselves.
somebody told me like, you never heard of Mischief Day? I.e. this person grew up in a very white neighborhood. And I asked, what's Mischief Day the day before Halloween? You talking about Halloween? Cause we do all the mischief on Halloween.
Mhm.
We throw the eggs on Halloween. We never toilet. I don't know anybody that toilet papered people's house. I know
I
they used to.
don't know what's so.
I don't know a soul, and maybe that's because we've grown up in very Caribbean cultures. But at the same time, I
And
know
low
some people that
key,
got egged. I
I
know people whose houses got egged, but I don't know about toilet.
TP in people's cribs and stuff like that with the
First of
toilet
all,
paper.
the fact that you was able to afford to buy all that toilet paper, you lucky. Because if I stole all that toilet paper from my mother's house, I'm getting my ass beat.
I have a theory on it. I'm just gonna keep it to myself. But I personally don't know anybody that was doing shit like that. That's
I
just
don't. Um, and we gonna read each other's mind when we think about that kind of stuff.
yeah,
You
because
see?
also another thing I wanted to talk about is something I enjoyed as a child. I think I did it twice in my life. But now I see it as something extremely disgusting.
What?
Bobbing for apples.
I've never done that.
I did it. I did it as a
No,
kid.
you know what? I think I might have did it. Oh, we did. But you know what? These were
These
all
were
my
cousins,
cousins.
right? I did it like twice. I never forget. I went to like this Halloween party or whatever, and they was doing it, and it was so fun. It was fun, but it's nasty.
It's
It's nasty.
filthy.
It's disgusting.
It's
Like
actually,
someone
and I
just
think
literally
that's
opening their mouth and just trying,
with this.
trying. Yeah, I did it. I ain't gonna lie, I did it.
I think we did it with cousins, but I think the last time that I think we were in college and they were doing bobbing for apples, and I said I'm
Oh,
absolutely
I don't
not doing
remember
that.
that.
I think yes, it was like a little fun fair in the
Mhm.
Morgan student center where they did something like that, and I was just like, who? Are we gonna just put the apples in like a different bowl and then I'm not bobbing
I
for
think we
no.
should have separate bowls if you want to enjoy it how you really want to enjoy it. But yeah, I always thought about that and I'm like, damn, that's so nasty now that I'm older. But I thought it was so fun. It really is a fun game. I can't lie to you, but
You know what I want to do when I get a boo? First of all, my girl Diera. I love Diera. First of all, she's my nail inspo right now. She had like this translucent like brown color on her nails. You guys can't see my nails now, but I went back to my girl Kyla, Major Nails. Yes, girl.
yeah, I heard the last episode.
Yes. So Major
back in
Nails,
action.
she's back to doing nails, and she did my nails this weekend. You guys cannot see it, but if you follow me on Instagram, I will post a story so you guys can see it. Basically Diera had these like translucent nails, and I told my nail tech, I'm like, yo, you do like translucent nails? She was like, yeah, it's like a jelly polish, I'll do it for you or whatever. And she did it, and I got it in red. and I was watching Diara's vlog, and she made a boo basket, which is where she does like a Halloween themed basket for her boo. And they include like all kinds of Halloween stuff. And it was like pajamas and gift cards and like candy and like fragrances, socks, and all like anything that was Halloween themed. And she decorated. And I thought it was so cute. And if I get a boyfriend or something, I'm gonna make a boo basket because I was like, that is so cute. And her boo got her like all little things that she had been saying. Like, so if you have a boo and next Halloween comes, or it could be like a fall basket. It don't necessarily have to be a boo basket if you don't celebrate Halloween. But I thought it was so cute that they had like theme baskets where they listened to each other, and like in that basket had things that that person had liked that was Halloween themed. And I thought it was so cute. Like,
So there was a little controversy online because this girl got a boo basket from her man,
ooh,
and everybody's saying like she's ungrateful, but literally nothing in the basket is anything she has ever used, would ever use, or doesn't like.
oh,
And so
see,
she was just like, I am not saying that. She's like, I personally don't like the items in the bag. Don't get me wrong. But my biggest concern is that this man spent $90 on his basket. He could get his money back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
mm.
she was just like, yeah, like, I just feel like he could have used the 90 on something else. Like, I don't feel like he should have spent it on a basket that really wasn't thoughtful.
Did she also make him a boo basket?
No, I don't. They didn't get into that. They didn't
Okay,
get into
because
that.
the only my only qualm about it is if you got a boo basket and you didn't make somebody a boo basket back, I do think that you should be grateful because at the end of the day, like
I think being thoughtful is a rare thing.
it is.
When I was younger, I felt like, oh, everybody's like, maybe thoughtful or whatever. But
They're
as
not.
I get older, like, people aren't really thinking about the little things, like, and so I'm not gonna lie, I'm somebody who struggles with not liking something and feeling like I don't give a fuck if you think I'm ungrateful or whatever the case may be. Because I'm somebody who's very thoughtful, and you won't get a gift basket from me and have 10 items, and at least half or more of those items will
Are
be
things
something
that you
I have either seen you do, I've heard you say you want, or whatever the case may be. And those other things may be a surprise that are just universal, and I have real confidence in myself that you would like it.
and that's another thing that I could say is like we've said this on multiple occasions. Don't freestyle. If you never see
Oh,
me and if you never see me
please.
like it, please don't assume that I'm going to like it. Like if you never see me say that I like miso candy, why would you give them to me?
They got that?
It was a hypothetical, girl.
Okay, because I was like, I don't know if that'll taste good. I don't know.
Because just because and people have to realize just because you like it doesn't mean that I like it. I
Right, right.
appreciate that you thought like I'm gonna talk about this. Like we could just talk about it. Like I remember one time a killer said to me one time, she's like, that nigga got this because he wanted it, not because you wanted it. And I thought to myself, like, it was a cute thought, but when did I ever ask you that I wanted that?
Right.
Like, you got that for you.
The only reason because
And they'll try to make you feel bad. Don't get me
right.
they will try to make you feel bad because you don't appreciate it. But it's like, how can I appreciate something I never asked for?
And some people are so used to being comfortable with not liking something and shutting the fuck up that they will project that on you too.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to grapple with that, like, because my dad is somebody who I'm getting it, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You going just take it, and I
I
hope
heard you
you
say
better
you
like
like
it.
it.
You better like it. That's it. He not like forcing you to like it, but it's just like if you don't like it, just shut up and take it. Like
Yeah.
he's one of those people. And so there's been multiple times in my life where I just shut the fuck up, and it's like this man just wasting money. And I'm gonna speak up now because I am uncomfortable receiving gifts that I don't like, and I'm uncomfortable with you spending money on gifts that I do not like. So I say this to say and you don't got to be nasty about it. You don't got to be nasty about it, and you don't have to say it in that moment.
You don't have to say it
You
in the
could, and that's another
moment.
thing. Like if I got a boo basket from my boo, and I would just be like, "Thank you so much." Da, da, da. If we were still together, next time it comes up, I would let them know. Like, look, hey. I personally didn't like anything in that basket. I didn't think it was useful to me. And I feel like there wasn't a lot of thought put into it. And I don't want to go another year. I didn't tell you in that moment because I felt like you tried. And I don't want to step and stomp on your efforts or, deflate your ego. But I just think if you're going to get me a gift, I would appreciate that you just put some thought into it. I would give them ideas on what would have made that basket something that I would have liked. So that's just it. But and you don't got to be nasty about it or whatever the case may be. Just make it an open dialogue. Maybe they could learn from that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe hopefully they're willing to learn from that because it's
Mm-hmm.
crazy running around getting gifts that nobody fucking likes.
That's a fact.
Ludicrous.
So since we on Halloween, can we talk about being Halloween as an adult? Like,
Girl, speaking of this, real quick. I was talking to somebody, right? And they was like, I was like, yeah, I gotta get a costume. And they was like, oh, what are you gonna do? Go trick or treating? I said, excuse me, I don't have no kids. They like, oh, you could still go trick or treating. Yo, I'm like, wait, hold
why
up.
can't I just go to the store and buy candy?
No, fuck that. Isn't trick or treating for kids? You look like I would look like the weirdest bitch on the planet, dressing up in a costume and going up to a house where there's with no children.
Well, let's be for real. If we went trick or treating, they would think we were kids because we look so goddamn young.
Yeah, but I don't even want to be. There's so much going on.
It's
with
weird
the
behavior.
Shit,
Don't get me
I don't
wrong.
Even got time.
It's definitely weird behavior. It's definitely weird behavior because if one of my friends who have kids see me at somebody's house and I ain't had no kid, I would definitely be embarrassed. But
yeah, it's like,
but honestly,
and he wanted to argue me down, and I'm like, argue with your mama, nigga.
What the reason why he was trying to argue it down because he didn't want to sound like he sounded stupid.
And he did, and I told him,
ridiculous.
You sound stupid. You sound stupid.
Ridiculous.
And let's not keep talking about it because clearly you just want to be wrong and strong. But I think trick or treating is for kids, and I'm not gonna lie to you. When I want to go trick or treating, I recruit somebody that's a kid. Hello, I have cousins that want to go. I will gladly bring them. I'm not going up to the house asking for it, but just being there feels.
But this is my adult. We adults. Mm-hmm. Halloween candy costs what? $10, $15?
A bag, a assorted bag.
You could get an assorted bag of candy without having going house to house. You can buy a box of chips. Mm-hmm. You can buy a box of chips. You can make your own Halloween basket. Mm-hmm. You can make yourself a boo basket. Yeah. You can make your own
Halloween parties.
Boo basket. Mm-hmm. You can make your own boo basket. Yeah, why are we going trick or treating? So I was thinking about and I'm transitioning. I'm thinking about Halloween as adults. And I want to say, as children, we were ungrateful because these costumes are not cheap.
They're not. That's probably why my mother was happy that I went to be screamed for 3 years. She ain't put
Listen, this is probably why my mom went to Save-A-Thon, because Save-A-Thon is a sewing store in Queens where you get everything sew, anything craft. That was the Michaels before Michaels became Michaels.
Okay.
It's on Jamaica Avenue. If you know, you know. It's next to Cookies. And she would make our costumes because them shits is expensive. You want to go and be Star Wars. I remember one year I was who was I? I was Lady Tsunade. That costume cost me like $70 without the shoes. The wig cost me $20 outside of the costume.
Then the costumes be fucking flimsy. How dare you?
Not only are they flimsy, the costumes are flimsy, and then you got to pay for a Halloween party where you don't get nothing for free. The Halloween parties are $50, $60, $70. What are you getting with it? Not even a shot on the walk-in. So now we're paying $150 to go to a Halloween party where now you have to buy a bottle. And you buy the bottle for $250. So Halloween has now become an event that was supposed to be $70 that has transpired to $550. And all I keep thinking to myself is this really worth it? All this Halloween is fun and everything, but I'd rather Christmas. Mm-hmm. I'd rather Thanksgiving. Easter is even Easter. You don't even need a costume.
Some people just like certain holidays more than others. So I'm not saying that you can't like Halloween, but it's like
It's
It shouldn't be
expensive.
that. It shouldn't be that crazy.
Halloween is
It should never.
expensive.
The only holidays that I know that are crazy is like you might pay something crazy in price is New Year's,
Mm-hmm.
a New Year's party,
Mm-hmm.
and shit, Memorial Day.
Carnival. Something.
Memorial Day. I'm just talking about like national holidays that I wouldn't mind spending a little bit extra than I usually do. That's like those are two holidays.
There's only 4 holidays. Holidays that I'm willing to spend a lot of money on. New Year, Christmas, New Year's, Juneteenth,
Okay.
and possibly my birthday.
I think of Black people as a collective know that we don't want to spend no crazy amount, so we don't even do that on Juneteenth. Shit be free and shit be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Can't even lie to you.
Just bring a bottle. Bring your vibes and bring a bottle. And if you want to wear a dashiki, go ahead and do that too.
And I know people used to like back in the day used to wear a lot of red, like do whatever you want to do. But yeah, that to me is crazy. But I have a listener letter though.
Oh, you do? I didn't even know. Go ahead.
Okay.
I didn't even look one.
I am a married woman with 5 children, and I had a very interesting Halloween night. We were invited to a costume party and at a friend's house, so I dressed up in a red devil costume. My husband dressed up as Zorro. We took 4 shots before we left home, and I was so frazzled. I forgot my glasses. I knew my husband was freaky before we got married, and he asked me for a threesome a lot lately. He said he'd let me be with another man while he watched. I told him I'll pass. He told me to keep an eye.
Wait. What did you just say? He said he asked me if I could be with another.
Let me be with another man.
Oh, he let you. Okay, go ahead.
While he watched, I told him I'd pass. He told me to keep an open mind about the party because the hosts were wild and free. I could barely see all of the guests, but I did see there was a few men dressed up like Zorro or something similar. By midnight, I had more drinks and I was in the powder room trying to get myself together. The door was slightly cracked and I saw a hand slide in and turn the light off. It was a funny male voice saying he was going to rock my world, and the man was dressed like Zorro, or so I thought was my husband at first. He laid me on the floor and got really freaky. The whole experience was off the charts, and I knew it was not my husband, but I did not stop him. When it was over, the man passed out on the floor. I turned on the bathroom light, and my husband was standing there taking it all in. I frantically started lying and I told my husband I thought it was him. My husband swears that I knew who I was having sex with, but I don't know that man. That was last month and he has not touched me since then. He told me that he has been having sex with people he doesn't know too. I think my husband set me up so he can do whatever he wants to do. Am I right or wrong?
Absolutely. Absolutely, baby girl. That man set you up. He was watching you the entire time. And as a man, I'm going to be honest. We were on the Hard and Soft podcast, right? And there was a question that was asked about like if you and your partner there was a question that was asked along the lines of if you were paid a certain amount of money to have sex with a partner. I may be asking the question wrong, but basically it was along the lines of you and your partner have sex with another person. And I think your husband is into that. Your husband is into watching you have sex.
Oh, cuckold. We was talking about being a cuckold.
Yes. Your husband is into that. And he only said that so he could have sex with other people. He just used it against you. Baby girl, you better get out of here fast.
I'm gonna be honest. I really think that he wanted to do it, but I think he's being cold towards her because men have a fantasy in their minds that sometimes they don't fully process because it sounds good because they're being selfish and only want it for themselves. But let's be real, if I'm a freak bitch with you, why the fuck would I be a church girl with the next man? You know what I'm saying? The levels of freak may be different, but you know what I'm saying? And so I'm relaying that back to say that he saw that you were thoroughly enjoying yourself. You said that man rocked your world like he said he would. And I think your
But
husband saw that you were enjoying it a little too much. And that's why he made that comment as
but
to say that you knew it wasn't me.
but she didn't know it wasn't him, so I don't even
They
understand.
both knew, but she didn't. She said, that's why she said, I started lying and said, I didn't know that. I didn't know
No,
that
but she said
man.
I knew it wasn't my husband.
Because he rocked her world. That's the part. That's why she knew it wasn't him.
And the thing is that all I keep thinking to myself is that
'Cause
if you didn't know it was your husband, why you didn't stop Miss Mama's?
Because she liked it. And she also
So
prefaced
guess
the
what?
fact that she
So
had
then she should.
multiple drinks.
So the thing is that like she did say she had multiple, but she said
Frazzled.
she said she was frazzled and she knew it wasn't her husband. So if you knew it wasn't your husband, right, and you continue to do it, just keep going. Just keep doing it now.
I think that's what she thought. That's why she kept doing it.
No, but I'm saying like, don't like.
Let's be real. You can't lie to me, baby. You telling me we married, so that means say we've been having sex for like, I think she said they were married
And this is
5
what I'm.
years or
This
something.
is what I'm getting at. I'm like,
I know how your body type feels. I know if I rub that arm, I know how that arm would feel. I know the strokes. How
I know
it would
your
feel.
moan. I know your. I know
Yeah,
like
what you.
I'd have been like, is this you, Johnson? Say my boyfriend name is Johnson. I'm like, Johnson. I would literally be like,
No, you can. Some people
like
be.
Johnson, this not you.
No, I would have stopped and turned them lights on.
This is what I'm saying. So it's
Who
like,
is this?
so you know what, girl, your man is tossing it out. You tossing it out. Y'all might as well just be in an open relationship now.
I think that she didn't want to do it from the beginning. And I think she definitely did get
She
caught up.
She felt
and I think she was
coerced.
dead ass wrong. I think she was dead ass wrong.
But he was dead ass wrong too.
He been wrong for even suggesting it multiple times, knowing that she continuously keeps saying, I'm not into that. And so I think he never respected her sexual boundaries in the
At
first
all.
place. And I think she should leave him. I don't even think she should feel
If you don't want to be with your partner, if you want to explore other things, go and be with somebody that wants to explore other things. Do not try to force somebody who's not interested in forcing or trying or doing other things to do that.
a
Just
lot of
move
men
on.
don't really want you to be fucking no other person, but they'll take it because
This is why
it sounds
threesomes aren't a
good that
thing
y'all
to me.
both fucking somebody versus just him fucking somebody.
And this is why threesomes aren't a thing for me. I've been saying this since the beginning we started this podcast. You want a threesome with me? And this is not my thought process anymore. Let me not say this. My thought process on this is if I cannot do it, you cannot do it. And that's how I'm gonna keep it pushing. If you're not okay with watching me have sex with someone else, do not bring that to me because y'all cannot handle what y'all giving out. You understand? So if you're okay with me having sex with another man in front of your face, okay, cool. Let's try both.
Yeah, I just personally wouldn't feel comfortable.
I
seeing my man
wouldn't. I'm not doing that.
all that. Like
I'm not.
So
not
that's just it.
But nonetheless, when it comes to this Halloween season coming up, I ask that you guys be very safe. Make sure you're watching what's in your drinks because it's been a spooky time out here. Literally and unliterally. Um, and also like just be safe because again, like holidays like this, like things get a little dangerous. So just be careful.
One thing I do want to say is that just a little tip. Something that I do is that when I have a drink and I'm always skeptical about my drinks, period.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do is I get a straw and then I poke the hole over the straw and I use the napkin as a cover for my drinks. Because I could turn my head for 2 seconds. And I've seen so many videos where people would just like, hey girl, I turn my head for 2 seconds and I turn back and now my drink is fucking fizzling. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Or maybe somebody threw something in there and they were quicker than me or whatever the case may be. But I think it's hard to slip whatever into a small opening of a hole into my drink versus just tossing it in the drink.
Or even picking up the napkin without me catching you picking up the napkin.
Right. So yeah, so I like to do that. Poke a little hole, boop, and now it's like a little top. You know what I'm saying?
And it's funny that you taught me that, but I do that at work with my coffee, like with the stirs. I put the stirs through the napkin, and somebody's like, "That's so smart." I'm like, "Listen,
I be talking, spitting all kinds of shit." Like,
of course, I'll lift the napkin and drink my coffee, but of course, like if I go in my lab and I'm doing some work, like, and I need to leave my coffee, at least I know that if I see you spitting it, you probably would have had to adjust my napkin to stir it in
Right.
there.
Yeah. So I just want to give that tip to people because I don't want to just say ladies because men get drugged too. So
Yes.
let's just keep it gender
And
neutral.
happy birthday to my god baby and my niecey. I'm not gonna say her name, but love you. You turned 13, and I love you, Snook.
They won't be listening to it, but
But of course,
they understand. They
yeah,
know
yeah.
your love in your heart. But that's it. We're wrapping up. You know, like, follow, and share. Follow us on Instagram at Heard You Sis. Um, if you want to send us an email, send it to heardyousispodcast@gmail.com. And yeah, we love you guys.
And also follow us on TikTok. The
Yeah.
same. I heard you, sis. And yeah. And if you haven't already gone and listened to the Hardest Off podcast, go ahead and listen to that. We did an episode with them about 2 weeks ago, and it was really good. Like we had a good time, and we want to thank them for allowing us to
Maybe you
come on
could
their
put the link
platform.
in the bio
We can definitely put the link in the bio. We
and
definitely
check
had a
us
good
out.
conversation over there, and yeah. We will see you guys in a week or so. Love you. Bye.